Good evening. This is the WWE Raw vs. Smackdown review for August the 22nd to the 23rd of 2016. And I call this little review the fallout of what happened after SummerSlam. And also, uh, three little words that I have to describe this week. And I'm sorry I didn't put this out earlier in the week, but it appears that some AT&T Uverse customers have been getting problems with the internet, seeing that there's a nationwide blackout because of this, and a lot of people were getting their service, and I was getting a slow internet connection, so I wasn't able to do this. So, but I have to say what I have to feel about what I saw at SummerSlam and at Raw and SmackDown. Although SmackDown was better than Raw this week, both failed miserably in wrestling. Okay, let's see the fallout for SummerSlam. Well, Sasha Banks is out due to a neck injury she suffered during her match against Charlotte, and I guess because of that, she had to lose the match. Because let's face it, she has to go through surgery. That doctor had to check on her, and uh, they don't want another Daniel Bryan situation. It was the champion kept defending the title, so they just took Audible and let Charlotte win the match. And and then again, and there's two more injuries with SummerSlam. One was the WWE Universal Champion Finn Balor who won the match, but because of an injury in his shoulder because of Seth Rollins, we did a power bomb to the barricade. It popped his shoulder out, and I don't know. The commentator said that he popped the shoulder back in to finish the match, and I wish they would have shown that. It would have been great to see on a pay-per-view event, but they didn't. So Finn Balor wins, but he has to give up the title on Raw. So yeah. And another injury was during the Randy Orton versus Brock Lesnar match, which was the main event, even though the championship belts were supposed to be a main event, but they made all the time. They sacrificed all the wrestling matches to have that, and it was short. And basically, Brock Lesnar did his Suplex City bit, and Randy Orton did his RKO and Brock Lesnar on the commentator's table. And then, I don't know if it was a work or not. Brock Lesnar took off his glove and started beating Randy Orton's head in and caused a big gash in his head. He started bleeding out, so they had to call the match TKO, even though this is a wrestling match, not a boxing match, not a MMA match, so TKO. And although we did thought that Goldberg was going to come out, but he didn't. So, yeah, missed opportunity. But I guess Goldberg, after watching tonight, I don't know, I think probably had cold feet or saw how crappy the WWE is and just opt out doing that. So, yeah, Raw. Oh my god, it totally sucked. So let's just get down to the business and yeah, delete. Let's see, this was still held in Brooklyn. Yeah, they announced that Balor had to give up the title. Yeah, then Mick Foley and Stephanie McMahon were in the ring, and they had to welcome Finn Balor. And I mean, everybody knew he was going to give up the title. And when Balor had the mic, everyone was chanting, "You deserve this." Yeah, so he deserves to lose the belt after winning it because of an injury that Seth Rollins did. I mean, let's face it, Seth Rollins is reckless. And tonight, I don't know if the WWE went on the bandwagon of Seth Rollins being reckless in the ring and injuring people, but yeah, they kept on. And people just said, "You deserve being injured." That's I'm taking from this because yeah, because everybody knows he was going to give up the title. And on SummerSlam, everyone was booing him because, let's face it, you just don't put a belt on a guy that you just signed up. He had three matches to win the title. And a very ugly title is that. Especially all that red, like Eva Marie's title. Even though she didn't show up this week and they didn't give an excuse, just like they did in SummerSlam. But yeah, his ugly ass belt. It was the same belt as the WWE title, only it was a red face and red strap. And yeah, the thing about that title, and yeah, let's carry on to a SmackDown review, the SmackDown part where I talk about the title. So Finn Balor gives a speech about a lifetime sacrifice. I'm just if you, uh, uh, I mean, he made a good speech about being champion. That the title represents a lifetime sacrifice. That it represents that if you believe in yourself, you can achieve absolutely anything. And no, that title, no, that is an ugly ass title that nobody wants. And I don't think any wrestler in the back would want to wear that title. I mean, there's so many good belts out there, but the WWE, yeah, same belts. No creativity in the titles anymore because it costs too much. So it's better to pick a design that they already have instead of working on a new one. But yeah, then after he gave the belt to Foley and walked out, yeah, that's the only time that Foley's going to win a title. Then Seth Rollins, music plays, he comes out, and it says, yeah, being a little dick. He's like, what a shame, what a pity. Uh, yeah, tonight should be a celebration. Point out how he's been part of some famous championship celebrations with Stephanie. And he points out how Stephanie's here, Foley's here, and the new Universal Championship is here. And I guess he wants the belt. But then, as always, a typical WWE. Well, we have Sami Zayn coming out. Then Chris Jericho comes out. Then Kevin Owens comes out. Then Enzo Cass comes out, and Reigns comes out. It looks like everyone wants the title. Yeah, like everyone's clamoring over that earliest belt. And then Foley suggested have a series of matches for a Fatal 4-Way next week for the new WWE Universal Championship. So I'm guessing they're going to have 4 matches tonight. And those winners will go on to face each other in a Fatal 4-Way for the WWE Universal title. Yeah. I don't get it. I mean, you going to crown a new champion before pay-per-view. Would have been better to make a tournament out of it, give everyone else a chance, but no, they won't. Because they want a champion now, and I don't see any storylines that are going to tie into who's going to fight for the Universal Champion on Backlash. if Raw is ever going to wrestle on Backlash, since they said it's a Smackdown pay-per-view. Yeah. And so the first match was Seth Rollins versus Sami Zayn, and this is where I talk more about Seth Rollins' recklessness. They had to get rid of the curb stomp because they said he was injuring people. Yeah. Okay, so this match was doing all right, and Seth Rollins was about to do a power bomb to Sami Zayn to the barricade again, but Sami Zayn got out of it. And then, I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know if this is a plan. I don't know if this was planned or not, but somehow, and I don't know how, and yeah, because when Sami Zayn was doing his leap over Seth Rollins, he looked like he injured his ankle, and it hindered his moves greatly. He couldn't do any high flying moves or anything, and at the very end of the match, when he was trying to do the haluva kick, he was able to run fast, and Seth Rollins took advantage of that and hit him and did a pedigree. He won. So easy match for Seth Rollins. And once again, he goes to a championship match where he didn't earn it, didn't do it on his own, and I don't know if Sami Zayn's injured or not, but they are not doing anything good with Sami Zayn. They made him into a jobber, just like they do with the other in every single NXT guys. They made him to jobbers like Bo Dallas. I haven't seen Bo Dallas yet. Neville is a jobber. Yeah, Kevin Owens. I don't know what they're doing with him, but yeah. So that's how. And throughout the night, they kept showing photos of SummerSlam, and I just want to talk about one picture in which Brock Lesnar is about to put Randy Orton into a German suplex, and it looked like he was just, I don't know, trying to do him from behind, but yeah, a lot of things happened on SummerSlam that we hope we want to delete. And then the next match is Kevin Owens versus Neville. Yeah, this match was, I don't know, it was good from the beginning, but then Chris Jericho kept interfering in the match. And Chris Jericho distracted Neville long enough for Kevin Owens to beat him for the title. So, yeah, they're going for this Robin Big thing, or Kev and Big Owen, yeah, or Chris and Big Kev. Yeah, Jesus Christ. I swear to God, if they play Best Friend for their theme music for their tag team, oh, yeah. And then, uh, the new WWE Tag Team Champions celebrate their still being champions because on SummerSlam, Big E made his appearance back and caused disqualification. So they're still champs. So yeah. And oh God, they had a big bowl of bootios. And here's the thing: I went down to FYE where they sell bootios in their T-shirts. Bootios at FYE cost $12.99, and here's the thing: it's not like it's a big box. It's 11.5 ounces, and they got cutouts for unicorn horns, mask, and they on the side they had a picture of B teaching you how to do the New Day dance or something, moving his hips, and God, it's awful. And when they was coming out, they were throwing bootios in the crowd, and it's just garbage, a waste of food. WWE was talking about how good it feels good to be back, and Kofi Kingston talking about being a new day being tag team champions for 365 days. Yeah, and Zay was had a pinata with him or unicorn filled with bootios, and they were about to celebrate by breaking it open. And Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson came out, and once again the WWE changes their gimmick, because before they were badasses, then they became doctors, and then Gallows called them stupid, and then Anderson called the New Day stupid, and then said, Brooklyn, you're stupid, and then yeah, so now they're the Ryback brothers. I mean, they got the hairdo, so yeah, they're the Ryback brothers. Because they always yell at stupid, stupid. Huh. Yeah. And they said that since they won the match via disqualification, they deserve a tag team title shot again. So then after the commercial break was B versus Carl Anderson, and it was a very short match with Biggie ending the match with a big ending. Yeah. Squash match. They won. And then they announced tonight on Raw that the Dudley Boys were going to leave the WWE. So, yeah. And they said the WWE, they debuted September 2nd, 1999. Yeah. And before that, they were the greatest ECW tag team champions of all time. Yeah. I don't know if it's work, but I'm glad the Dudley Boys are finally leaving the WWE, getting away from this. I hope they go back to TNA or go to New Japan or somewhere. Let's face it, their return to the WWE was garbage. They never got their 10th title reign, although that should have happened. But, even though they are over 20 times tag team champions from other organizations, AAA, New Japan, TNA, and hopefully maybe they go to Ring of Honor and get the Ring of Honor tag team championship belts from Ignition. Yeah. And the next segment was Titus O'Neil was talking about Darren Young, so they keep continuing this little rivalry between these guys. I don't know why. And he talks about how it was nice being tag team champions with him, but he needed to lose the dead weight. That was Darren Young. And then Bob Backlund was running to the ring, and then they both started arguing, and there was a big chant of we want Slater, because he still wasn't signed with Raw or SmackDown, and let's face it, he's a better wrestler than a lot of people in SmackDown and Raw. He was a tag team champion, and they just don't give him a chance. No more these stupid gimmicks, these goofy gimmicks. 3-man band. And then Bob Bass tried to put the crossface chicken wing on Titus, but Titus gets out and starts attacking Bob Backlund, and Darren Young comes out to attack Titus, and yeah, they're continuing this whole thing. Then it showed a video package of Brock Lesnar beating Randy Orton to the point that he had a big gash, bleeding out. But then Shane comes out there and tries to confront Brock Lesnar, and he got F5 for it. So and then they showed Tom Phillips was interviewing Stephanie McMahon, talking about what repercussions will be coming to for Brock Lesnar as a result of his actions at SummerSlam. And she said that she'll punish him soon. And you know what was a punishment? He got charged $500. He got charged $500 for blooding up Randy Orton and beating up Shane. So, and let's face it, Brock Lesnar, he could pull out $500 and pay this off. 500 is just nothing to Brock Lesnar. So WWE is paying this guy a lot of money. He gets lots of money when he appears, and he gets lots of money when he wrestles. And we're never going to see him wrestle on Raw. Which comes to the point, why was he drafted at all? He should be a free agent to wrestle on pay-per-views, because he's not going to wrestle on television. And then the next match of this WWE Universal Championship Series is Rusev versus Big Cass. And you know what, they showed what happened to him on SummerSlam, because you know the match never happened between him and Reigns just beat the crap out of him, targeting the ribs, causing damage. So they canceled the match, and then when Reigns was walking out, he gave one more spear, and that was it. And you seen how his ribs were taped up. And this was a short match because Rusev, you know, he played like his ribs hurt so much that he couldn't wrestle that well. And then it came to the point where he went outside and just walked off. So Cass wins via countout. And I don't understand why Big Cass is in this match, because I thought they were going to go for the tag team titles first. And I just don't get it. Why is Big Cass in there? You could have had a lot of other guys to wrestle. We don't see Jinder Mahal. Where's Curtis Axel? We haven't seen Curtis Axel in a long while, ever since the, what was it? Insignificant. You know, because of draft term from NBA or NFL or somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good match. I mean, God. Then next, we have the new WWE Women's Champion with Dana Brooks talking about. And then Dana was trying to start a "You Deserve It" chant, but it never happened. Then Charlotte said, "Damn right, I deserve it." And then she calls herself the greatest female athlete in the world. No, you're not an athlete. You're a sports entertainer. There's a whole lot of women wrestlers out there who are way better than you. Especially, yeah, you know who else is better than Charlotte? The new Knockouts champion, Allie. Let's face it, she's a way better champion than Charlotte. And she looks like a woman. And she says that. Then she said that free about Serena Williams, who won gold at the Olympics. Simone Biles, and more important, Sasha Banks. She talks about how exposing Banks as being a all flash and no cash. Charlotte says she's the money of the women's division. She pushed herself over as a two-time WWE Women's Champion. I didn't need my father. I didn't need Dana Brooks. I did it all by myself, even though Sasha Banks did save her injury because of her. Because she fell off the top rope bad, landed on her neck, and this cringe moment we saw it over and over again. And Charlotte said that Sasha's back injury proves she doesn't have what it takes to carry this. She says that Sasha is never coming after her title again, even though she has a rematch clause. And Charlotte tells Banks to never come back again. She says the Queen has taken back her throne. It goes. And then she's about to leave, and Nick Foley comes out to congratulate her. And then she says that Sasha Banks is going to have a rematch when she comes back from injury, which is going to be a few months. And then she said that Charlotte has a night off, but Dana Brooks is going to wrestle. And she said that he said that he just signed up the hottest free agent. And yeah, it's Bayley. Because after TakeOver, after she lost to Asuka, she came out. Yeah, the wacky play with two guys, more expensive stage. So she wrestled, I guess, Dana Brooks. It was a short match, and Bayley used to be able to Bayley to win the match. So yeah, she's on the roster, and I hope they don't make her heel. And then it's gonna screw her up. I mean, she was great in NXT, but I doubt they're gonna keep up with what they're trying to do with her. I mean, they finally got the stage right for her, but we'll see. And yeah, then they have a backstage. Top Bills trying to interview Roman Reigns. You know, they had a little talk each other, and Reigns said he's gonna shut the mouth of Jericho tonight. Yeah. Oh God! And then they showed people from the Cruiserweight Classic, Rick Swan, Noor Dar, Brian Kendrick, and T.J. Perkins, that backstabbing traitor. God damn it! You could have been multi-time X Division TNA, but then you're gonna decide to come to the WWE. And they announced that the Cruiserweights will come on September 19th with the BBC trophy in tow. And if you guys were looking at the internet, you know what that means. Because let's face it, it looks like a penis. It looks like a big black cock. I'm sorry, it does. Just put two balls at the bottom of the trophy, it looks like a big black cock. And I don't know if that's what they're going for, but yeah, they decided that's good. Yeah. And then they talked about the Cesaro and Sheamus and the Best of 7 series, in which Sheamus went over and won the first match. And what I'm surprised at is why didn't it have the second match tonight? I mean, how long are they gonna put this thing on? I mean, at least let wrestle on Smackdown. I mean, Raw. I don't know. And they better wrestle on the next Raw show. Because if you can say the best of 7, then they have to wrestle every Raw and pay-per-view. I don't know. And what will the winner get out of this? Hopefully a shot at the WWE Universal title. Hell, you could have made the best of 7 the whoever wins that becomes the WWE Universal Champion. Because let's face it, Cesaro, Sheamus are great wrestlers. better wrestler than some of the guys who were vying for this title. But yeah, and next it was Braun Strowman versus Johnny Knockout, and oh god, what Knockout said was just disgusting, and I don't know if he meant to say this or someone made him say this, but this is disgusting. Okay, he was Byron was interviewing him in the ring, and he talked, and then he asked him, why is he wrestling Braun Strowman? And he says, because he likes big, sweaty men. Oh my god. When I heard this, I was just, oh god. Really? This is your first time here? You're going to say that? Well, basically, it was a squash match. And throughout this match, Strowman gets saying, do you still like big, sweaty guys? I don't know. But Braun Strowman used a reverse choke slam to win the match, so yeah. But before, and then after this, Braun Strowman picked up Johnny Knockout on his shoulders and threw him down once again. And he asked the referee to count again. So he won twice. So yeah. All right, then next was the Dudley Boys farewell. So yeah, they came out here. There was a lot of ECW chant. And Bubba Ray says that returning WWE 1 year ago in the same city and the same building. He said it has been a hell of a year, and he's always knew the face. Fans respect them. And Devon said, allowed to testify that he calls it one hell of a career, going up and down with the highway with Bubba. And even talks about creating legendary matches like TLC, even though Full Metal Mayhem outbeat them. You know, with the Hardys and the Wolves. Now, it is considered one of the greatest matches of all time. No. And then he drops Edge of Christian, the Hardy Boys. And then there was a whole delete chant. Hell, there should have been a delete chant throughout this entire show. Like, delete. There should have been a little delete chants during the beginning of the show, just every single segment. But yeah. So I guess Matt Hardy's little broken gimmick works. I mean, seriously, just him attacking the fans, biting them, blood. Now, Jeff Hardy's broken, Brother Matthew and Brother Nero. And then they decide, then, I don't know, they talk about WWE's their home, even though ECW's their home. I don't know why. Well, let's face it, compare the matches that they had at WWE to what they've done at TNA, because they actually wrestled the Steiner brothers. They wrestled against the greatest WCW tag team champions in TNA. And here's the thing. The Steiner brothers never came back to WWE. No. I mean, Scott Steiner came back, but they left. Rick Steiner never came back to TNA. I mean, the WWE, but they actually wrestled in TNA, and they went up against the Dudley Boys. It was a legendary match. But let's face it, the type, and then Primo and Epico came out there. And then they brought a pair of economy airline tickets to beautiful Puerto Rico, and then the Dudley Boys started attacking them. And they gave him the 3D, and then there was a loud chant of get the tables, and before they can get before they could do the 3D through the tables, Carl Edison and Luke Gallows started attacking the Dudley Boys. And then they did the Magic Killer on. They did the Magic Killer on Devon through the table, and I guess that's it for the Dudleys. And this, I don't know why they did this. I mean, you say the Dudley Boys have gone, and then you have Carl S. and Luke Gallows attack them, and I thought they were going against the New Day, but you know what? It's just such erratic thought and low creativity with the WWE. And then the next match in this WWE Universal, that's called the WWE Ugly Championship Series, Roman Reigns and Chris Jericho. And yeah, this was a good match. There was a boy. I mean, he kept trying to do the Superman punch on Jericho, but he keeps out of the way. And then Owens was trying to distract Roman Reigns, but at the end, Roman Reigns did a Superman punch to Owens. And then tries to roll up Jericho for the pinfall, but then he floats out of it, goes to the ropes, and delivers a spear to Jericho to win the match. So, yeah. Your final match. Reigns. So next, well, on Monday night, it's Roman Reigns versus Cass versus Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins for the title. Yeah, this was just crap. Bailey's career is going to be over until she gets out of WWE. Yeah, a lot of injuries. And I'm guessing that Seth Rollins is going to injure someone else. I mean, this was awful. Raw was awful. And then we get to Smackdown, which was way better, but not as much. Because, they were in, because they opened up and they had all those people in the ring. But before that, there was a little bit of a skit where, they had Baron Corbin, Eric Rowan, Rhino, Apollo Crews. They had AJ Styles talk about how he beat John Cena. And it was clean, folks. He beat John Cena clean, but yeah, John Cena wasn't there tonight, so yeah. We're still waiting for the excuse. Yeah, and then he made fun of Dolph Ziggler losing his match. And they had a brawl. Which, yeah, it was a good backstage promo. And then you see the entire SmackDown roster out there, and Shane and Daniel Bryan were nuts. They got 2 new belts. They got the SmackDown Tag Team titles and the SmackDown Women's titles. When they revealed them, I was like, oh, God. Because the WWE SmackDown Tag Team titles were the same as the tag team titles they had, only they were silver instead of bronze. And the women's title, Looks exactly like the Raw Women's title, only the faceplate is blue. Which I like blue, but it's the same belt. They got the same belts. So you got four titles that look like the WWE champ. They all look like the WWE Championship belt. I mean, yeah, four belts that look the same. And with that stupid network logo, and your tag team titles are the same with different colors. I mean, at least when they had the WWE and the World Tag Team titles, at least they look different. I mean, one of them looked like the WCW Tag Team titles, and one looked like their regular Tag Team titles that they had in the 90s. But, I mean, the silver looked cool, but it's still the same belt. And then AJ Styles was walking out there talking about how he was attacked by Dolph Ziggler, made such a big crybaby face, and then Dolph Ziggler attacked AJ Styles again, and yeah. So they said that whoever wins out of the AJ Styles versus Dolph Ziggler match will be the number one contenders for the Universal WWE title. But before that, they announced that for the tag team titles, they're going to have a tournament to see who wins. But I'm guessing American Alpha's going to win this since they did so much to promote them as a great tag team. And for the women, the Smackdown Women's title, they said they're going to have a six-pack match at Backlash with Nikki Bella. And then the next match was Becky Lynch versus Alexa Bliss, which I have to say it was a great match. I mean, yes, I have to say this is the match of the night between these girls. You know, Becky used the disarmer for the win, but it was a great match. And the next match, and then they showed Slater. Because before that, Slater was trying to get a spot in SmackDown. That Shane says that if he can find a tag team partner tonight, and if they won the tag team tournament, then he gets a contract, even though he didn't earn his contract beating Randy Orton. But yeah, so this backstage promo that so Heath Slater tried to recruit The Miz. The Miz gave this speech like he was about to join Heath Slater, but then he said he tricked him. He was using acting, tricked him. So yeah, so Heath Slater continues. So yeah. And the one thing about Miz is that the one thing about the Miz, let's say that he had a great match. He had one of the best championship matches at SummerSlam because it was a clean match. He wrestled good, better than a lot of those guys at SummerSlam. But yeah, there's this whole thing about the SmackDown talk where Daniel Bryan called The Miz boring, his moves weren't as good as his. Talk about his indie because he wrestles like he scares, and then Miz blew up talking about how he's never gotten injured, which is true. He's never gotten injured. The only time he's out is when he has a movie deal to go to, which is going straight to the DVD. But I don't know if that's working or not, but let's face it, the Miz wrestles like he does because I don't think any wrestler can do a spot check for high flyers like Daniel Bryan. And that's why the cruiserweight division might be filled with a lot of injuries later on, because let's face it. Uh, None of the WWE board. And then, let's see, then first match of the tag team tournament was the Ascension versus the Usos, and let's face it, the Usos went over. I don't know, because it is Connor and Victor did a series of strikes. And they started wrestling, but it was short. And the Usos move up in the rankings again. And the John Cena's of professional wrestling. And let's see. And then, let's see. There was a match between Carmella and Mickey Bell, which never happened because I don't know why, but Renee Young, when Nikki Bell got to the ring, Carmella got there, and Nikki Bell got to the ring. Renee Young went to the ring and started trying to interview Nikki Bella, but then Carmella started to attack her. So I guess she's heel. Uh, I don't get this. Because Nikki Bella was doing an interview, and I don't know, Carmella started attacking Nikki Bella. I don't know why. So Carmella's a heel, even though it should have been Carmella should have been face. And her war with Natalia would have been great for her career, but I don't know, Carmella was attacked. I just don't get this. I don't know. They should have been face. And you know what was the worst thing? They cut out Natalia completely. Uh, yeah. So yeah, that was quick. And then the next match in the tournament was American Alvarez versus Fandango, and I have to say this is the best tag team match of the night between these guys. I mean, they hit their marks. And American Alphas went over Fandango and Tyler Breeze, but they did have a good showing tonight, so that's one thing to look at. And next was Dolph Ziggler versus AJ Styles, and I don't know. This was a okay match for these two guys. Yeah. Okay, so let's. And they had action, but then there was a commercial break. Then you see Ziggler fight to his feet, but AJ drops him during the break. Then they bring AJ launched Ziggler into the steel steps to the outside. Then AJ goes back to work on Ziggler's injured arm. Then Ziggler trying to make a comeback, but AJ Styles needs him in the stomach, and then the Lizard drop kick to him, and then AJ Styles got hit by Ziggler with a clothesline. Ziggler splashes AJ in the corner and goes for a neck breaker. And it gets a 2 count, then commercials there. And back, and Ziggler started attacking. Dolph Ziggler. Was AJ started to try to go for a style class. Like Ziggler goes for a style class, but gets a 2 count. And the one thing that I don't get is I don't know who said this, but they said that no one's ever kicked out of the attitude adjustment, but of the Styles Clash. But let's face it, from the very beginning, Arrow was kicking out of the Styles Clash, including tonight. All right, and AJ Styles was just coming after Ziggler, but then Ziggler rolls out of the way of the splash from the top rope. Yeah, got a 2 count, and but then Ziggler hit some of the after the style clash, hit him with a zigzag, but he got a 2 count him. And then AJ hits Ziggler with a super kick, then puts Styles Clash on him and win the match. So yeah, AJ Styles went over. Yeah. Okay. Well. Oh God, this is just awful. I mean, let's face it, SmackDown was better than Raw, but yeah, it wasn't really clear about the heel turns for Carmella, and I don't like how they're cutting out Natalia out of the picture. Ugh, this is just awful tonight. Raw, SmackDown. They should just cancel it. And this whole uh, 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 But yeah, yeah, this. Oh god, and also, hmm, I don't know this whole thing with AJ Styles, how similar it was. It was all right match, but AJ Styles went over. So yeah, so AJ Styles faces Dean Ambrose. Yeah, and I don't know. I like how Smackdown has Dean Ambrose because now he's like, it's horrible. They don't know what they're doing wrestling wise. Who gets title shot or not? This is boring. This whole Raw SmackDown thing was just boring. It didn't make sense. But yeah, AJ Styles won. But yeah, another thing. I'm sorry, but the WWE having titles that are the same, less wrestling, more talking is not working. Uh, I think I just had to say Raw SmackDown were a big fail. SmackDown was better than Raw, but yeah, by a little bit. And let's hope they do something in next Monday Night Raw, which I doubt they will. And that's how we have SmackDown. So SmackDown wins over. Uh, it's awful. Yeah, that's where we're gonna end this off, and let's hope that the WWE does something good on Raw. And you know what? If you want to watch other wrestling, you can tune on to CometTV.com on Wednesday at midnight to watch Ring of Honor, the live broadcast stream of Ring of Honor. Uh, yeah. I don't know what they're gonna do this week to try to pull everything together, but so I'll be back doing a Raw review, and hopefully that AT&T internet doesn't mess up like it has been doing this entire week. So thanks and good night.